Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
First down at 10 at their own 10-yard line. Tevin Coleman with some running room. Tevin Coleman down the sideline. Coleman, one man to beat. Tevin Coleman's going to go 90 yards, and Indiana takes the lead. Randall L. scrambles, started off the pitch, keeps it himself down the sidelines. He could go. Antoine Randall L. touchdown. Rory going to the single coverage, end zone. Touchdown! He hits Cooper again.
Welcome to the Hoosier Happy Hour podcast, episode 281, the Wisconsin preview, the final home game. They're packing everything into this one, and we're going to pack everything into this pod. We got Brandon. We got Seth. What's up, guys?
What is going on? Sun's a little brighter. Birds are chirping a little bit louder. Can't wait for football on Saturday.
That's right. Sethers.
Let's do some packing, boys. Wait,
do some packing. No,
badgering.
That's what they do. Badgering.
I don't. I get so confused. Wisconsin people scare me.
Yeah, they're weird. So what I was mentioning was we've got Senior Day Saturday. There's also, I think Saturday is also the only. Is it the only home game? Yeah, it is the only home game in November. So it's also the Salute to Service game. So it's kind of all packed in there. I think I saw today, and I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but I'd like to get it out in public because of my disgust of this person. But Dan Dockich will be there as well.
I just looked it up because we haven't had a Big Ten tailgate all year. The Big Ten tailgate show, they are not. They are going to be in Lincoln, Nebraska.
So, when you got IU versus Wisconsin, it's not top tier football necessarily. Usually it's the other way around. Now we're looking down at them. Them being Wisconsin coming in, I guess, kind of on a high, a weird high. If you read any of their message boards or Reddit threads or any of that stuff, they are living the life at 3-6, 1-5 in conference after a squeaky win against Washington, where their
they
offense
got bowl hopes.
Nothing.
Bowl hopes.
They do have bowl hopes, which would be beating IU, and then beating Illinois at home, and then going to Minnesota and winning a game. We'll get more into their schedule and stuff in a little bit, but the game's going to take place this Saturday, as we hinted at, November 15th at noon on BTN. It should be a good day, mid-60s-ish, a little clouds, a little sun, a little bit of wind. A great call for middle November. I mean, you couldn't have asked for a whole lot more than that. It's at Memorial Stadium, obviously, in Bloomington. The lines are coming down, Brandon. And I'd like to hear.
We love to see that. We love to see that.
IU opening at 30.5 point favorite as an over-under at 44.5. And an ESPN FPI winning percentage of 97%. Current line down as of time of recording, which is Thursday afternoon, 28.5. So it's gone down 2 points. The over-under staying where it's at. I think you guys might figure that out. If you don't already know their offensive situation, it's probably got a little bit to do with that. Real quick series notes, and then I'll let these other guys talk in a little bit. IU against Wisconsin all time is 20-41-2. The previous matchup was in 2023. I used to call this one, or I guess I still call it, the Donovan McCulley catch game. They won 20-14. Bad season, the end of Tom Allen as well. Largest victory of all time, 1943. IU won 34-0. And IU was one of the last two games in the series.
Could we see history?
Could see some history, I would think, based on
Seth math.
Just a little.
How many years ago is 1943, Seth? How many years?
Seth, there's
82.
Yes. There we go. Attaboy.
Correct. Based on my prediction, I think we might see some history, but we'll see. We will see. We'll talk about them. There are some things about
why I bring it up.
Wisconsin that could scare you. But let's go through their schedule real quick, and then we will get into their offense and defense. You guys want to talk anything at the beginning part there about what's going on with the game, any of the series notes, any things you guys remember? Speaking of 82, that is also a point total that Wisconsin has hung on IU at some point. I believe
I haven't loved the revenge week thing. Have you guys seen this going on Twitter?
I've not seen this.
So yeah, a lot of the troll parody IU accounts that are pro IU have all kind of named this revenge week for that. The time they beat us by 60 and the time they beat us by 40 plus. I don't like that. I mean, there's nothing comparing 2010 and 2013 IU teams. I think it's kind of lame. And I know Coach Sig would not like it.
No.
Calling this revenge week for something that happened over a decade ago. Come on, guys. Come on. What are we doing?
But
now I think it happens. But the hashtag it revenge week, that seems stupid. That seems forced.
I was gonna ask you, what do you think though? You would take an 80 point or an 82 point hanger on there, but we'll see how it goes. Let's talk their schedule so far. It started kind of soft. They had Miami of Ohio at home. They won 17-0.
How is the MAC doing, Seth? Only you would know this. Is Ohio still going to win it all?
No, I think Western Michigan won the other night. I think they have the catbird seat, but every team, I think the most wins in conference for total wins in conference or total wins for the conference is 6. So only I think 1 or 2 bowl eligible teams. It's pretty beat up on the middle.
You are right. So, Western Michigan leads it, but it is Western Michigan's 5-1. Then there are 4 teams that are 4-2.
Yep, and Ball State's at 3-2, not completely out of it.
Can you name who is last? Who is dead last?
It's UMass. UMass never wins. Hasn't won.
When did UMass become the MAC? I did not know. I thought they were independent.
Recent.
They were independent.
No. That was a funny thing I saw. I think they played yesterday. Did they play yesterday? Does anybday know? Anybody do some action?
Yeah,
yesterday?
I think that was yesterday. Yeah.
And they lost 45-3 at home to Northern Illinois. The reason I bring this game up is they kicked a field goal in the fourth quarter with 6 minutes and 13 seconds left to end the 45-0 run, in which they set off a ton of fireworks. If you have not seen it, it is hilarious because ESPN, I believe the game was on ESPN or one of the ESPNs, in front of 6,155 people, it says here. They set off a bunch of fireworks, and the commentators on ESPN were making fun of the whole thing, and it's pretty good. So seek it out if you haven't seen it. It's like a ridiculous amount of fireworks for UMass. All right. Middle Tennessee State, currently 1-8, 0-5 in the CUSA. They beat them 42-10. And then they started playing some real teams, and they had a heck of a schedule, if we're going to be honest.
So this is the number 2 overall strength of schedule in America.
Yes. A strong
only Florida
schedule.
is tougher.
So they went to number 19 Alabama. They lost 38-14. Ty Simpson with a really strong performance. Then they had Maryland come to town. Danny O'Neal started that game, I think. Oh, he started at Alabama as well. But his first home game at least starting. They lose that 27-10. Maryland was up 20-0 at half and kind of coasted from there on out. They go to Michigan, gave them a little bit of a game. Hunter Simmons comes in this game. They led 7-0, and then they gave up 24-3 run to end the game. And then they went on a little bit of a slide. This next game is mind-boggling, as well as the last game we're going to talk about. But how they gave up 37 points to Iowa when the stats are not going to jump out at anybody, I have no idea. I didn't watch the game. They lost 37-0. Seth, did you watch any of that game? How did Iowa score points? Was it just a turnover thing, a field position game? What was it?
I watched about 10 minutes of it. It just seemed like a lot of short fields from what I can remember. But yeah,
Gotcha.
There's nothing memorable about it.
And then Ohio State comes to town. Julian Sayin goes off as well. Notice a trend. Maybe we'll talk about that. They lose that one 34-0. They go to Oregon. In the next two games, Oregon and Washington were played in downpours, if I remember right. At Oregon, they lose that one 21-7. It was 21-0 for Oregon, and then they just gave up, I believe it was a late touchdown to Wisconsin.
Do not cover because Oregon never covers.
Never covers.
They never cover.
But still in the playoff talk. Number 23, Washington, with the slip up of the season, goes to Wisconsin last week, loses. Now, remember, this fan base is pumped and thinks they have a legitimate shot winning this game on Saturday. They beat Washington 13-10. How did they do it? I'll tell you. The punter led the team in passing. If you have not heard that joke already, he had 24 yards passing on 1 of 1 through the air, led the team in passing. I will say that again. They forced 2 turnovers. They had 2 special team blocks, 1 blocked field goal and a blocked punt. Brandon, buckle up. Here are their scoring drives. They went 8 plays for 18 yards and kicked a field goal, 2 plays for 7 yards and scored a touchdown, and 6 plays for 22 yards and kicked a field goal. Wow.
Now, I do believe they will have an 18-yard drive, a 7-yard drive, and a 22-yard drive against Indiana. Sorry, IU fans, I do believe they will have those drives. I do not expect them to score any points. But oops.
Ooh. Okay. And then that brings up the rest of their season. They go, obviously, to Bloomington on Saturday, and then they have Illinois at home and then at Minnesota to wrap it up. Bowl eligible, I don't know. This sounds like Indiana, like mid 2010s. Like whenever we'd go into the end of the season 3-6, we'd be like, I don't know. I think we can knock off this next team. And then, yeah, that just happened.
The opposite happens.
Yes. And then it's all over. So let's dive into their offense. Unfortunately, this is part of the pod. It's just part of what we have to do. Okay.
I thought Halloween was over. These are some scary numbers.
I know. This is going to be by far the worst numbers you guys have heard all season. Oh, boo. Did you say boo because of Halloween?
I did. And because I didn't like it. It was both. I didn't like it and it fit.
We are on one this afternoon. Okay. I'm just going to run through them because it's going to be big numbers and not big numbers on the other side. These are their rankings. Total offense, they're 133rd. Scoring offense, 132nd. Rushing offense.
Out of.
100. Well, it depends on who you talk to, right? Some people say it's 136 teams. The NCAA's website, the website of the actual college, says 134. So out of 134 teams,
I think there's 136, but those 2 are independent, so I don't think the NCAA counts them. Is that the deal?
Okay, that's what I was thinking as I was kind of saying that, but I'm pretty sure Notre Dame's stats are included on that site. I'll have to look that up. I'll have to figure out why they're not included in there. But out of 134 teams, 133rd in total offense, 132nd in scoring offense, 13 points, by the way. 117th in rushing. When you think Wisconsin, you think running backs. Not anymore. But now you're supposed to think spread offense, get the ball down the field, big time plays through the air. They're 128th out of 134 teams in passing. Here come the bonus stats, boys. Third down, they rank 127th at 32% completion or 32% conversion rate. They have thrown 10 interceptions on the season, which ranks 119th out of 134. Their completion percentage is 56%, which is 122nd out of 134. If you haven't noticed a trend, every stat I'm giving you is 3 numbers. Blocked punts, they have allowed 3 blocked punts on the season, which ranks 132nd. They have allowed 4 blocked field goals on the season, which is 132nd. Now, here's a fun one. I'm going to start with IU. No, I'll start with Wisconsin. Wisconsin's red zone offense. This is game number 10 for them. They have been to the red zone in 10 games 17 times and scored on 77%, 10 touchdowns, 3 field goals. That ranks 118th. So believe it or not, percentage-wise, there are worse teams. I should have looked up the number of trips and where that looks. And if we had a producer, maybe he could look that up. But
I'm looking up the NCAA stuff right now. Leave me alone.
Okay,
it's
cool.
probably because Delaware and Missouri State are potentially considered probationary as well. So maybe that's why they're not considered in that 134.
Okay, so again, 17 trips through 9 games, 77%. IU has played one more game. They have 54 trips to the red zone.
Seth math. How many more times is that?
I don't know if
damn it, I wasn't paying attention. Was it 77-54?
No, 17-54. It's 37.
I don't know. Leave me alone.
It's 37 more trips to the red zone. They rank 29th. So IU's not elite necessarily in red zone attempts, but 29th in the country, 54 trips, score on 91%. So 14% better at scoring there. Again, they had 10 touchdowns, 3 field goals. IU has 40 touchdowns and 9 field goals in the red zone. That's the disparity we're looking at in offense on Saturday. And
so what I've seen, I haven't
worse.
seen it quite as aggressive as you are, that Wisconsin thinks they're gonna win. But what I've seen from Wisconsin is Penn State exposed them. The blueprint for how to beat Indiana is out there. Now, okay, fine. Wisconsin, if you think that, a big reason why Penn State was able to move the ball was because they went 9 of 16 on 3rd and 4th down. That is far greater than your 32%. They were able to run the ball successfully. You are 117th at rushing. So, okay, how did you beat the IU defense? Well, you stayed on the field and you ran the ball at them. Well, Wisconsin, you can't do either. So, do you think you're miraculously going to start dialing up the plays and winning on 3rd down? Do you think all of a sudden you're going to start being able to run the ball? Mind you, this is against the best defense you'll see all year. Now, Oregon has a good defense. Alabama has a good defense. You have played good defenses. Very, very true.
I will.
Do you want to know you already said it. The combined score against Oregon and Alabama? 59 to 21.
There you go.
59 to 21. That is a 38-point difference. I keep alluding to what you think my projection should be. I've already said both numbers.
That's not enough points. All right. Let's get into their offense, and I'll explain why I think that this.
Why? Why are we getting into their offense?
I know.
Let me do producing.
I know. Do some producing.
Red zone. So according to teamrankings.com, let's try that again. Kent State is the worst, 136th in red zone possessions. Wisconsin is tied with UMass at 134th.
Dude, that's so funny that we were just shitting on UMass.
Just talked about UMass too.
South Carolina down there at 129. Oh, sorry. This is red zone attempts per game. So it's not total red zone. It's red zone attempts.
But it
so
works.
Same idea though.
Better stat. It's actually a better stat.
Florida down there at 123 as well. So,
ouch.
Yeah.
So I know we'll make it fast, Brandon. I know, but we have to tell them.
Sorry, but less than
people.
2 red zone attempts per game. That's what they're at.
Yes,
1.9.
We figured that out. We could figure that out.
Math. No,
I know. Thank you. You didn't say it before you did it, so it doesn't count. All right. So overall, all I put in here was insert vomit emoji. The PFF rank for them overall on offense is 126. Let's go through their quarterback position. Brandon, I would need yes or no answers on whether or not this person will play for them on Saturday. Super Billy Edwards, yes or no?
Nope.
Indianapolis Cathedral's own Danny O'Neal, yes or no?
No. Danny O'Neal era is over.
Hunter Simmons, QB3 going into the season. Will he be playing on Saturday?
Maybe?
I think he's hurt. I think he got hurt in the last game.
I don't
They
know.
are-
I know he played last game. I don't.
Yeah.
I know the first two are not. The first two,
Yeah.
not a chance. I don't know if we see Hunter.
Seth will follow up. He's got an injury report, don't you, Seth? Maybe did he want? He might have ran.
He
away.
wasn't
There
on it though. I'm trying to find an update for him specifically.
I think he was pulled or he was injured. But either way, based on everything I've read, all the message boards, everything, they will be starting in his first career start. True freshman Carter Smith, not our Carter Smith, their Carter Smith, a worse Carter.
They'd be
Smith.
better with our Carter Smith at quarterback.
They would be. This guy was a high-end 3-star prospect out of Fort Myers, Florida. He's talented from everything I've read and seen, high school recruit, like high school highlight tape wise, but he's incredibly raw, at least throwing the ball. Against Washington, he was 3 for 12 for a total of 8 yards, which is an average of 0.7 yards per completion. He was sacked twice and had, Brandon, this is going to hurt you, a QBR of 12.5. But he can run. He can run the ball a little bit. He had 15 carries for 47 yards, including, I guess, technically the game-winning touchdown. They are planning on doing a ton of read option with him, from what I've been reading.
We only practice against it every day. We're not going to be prepared for it. This offense is electric.
Yes, it is. Big time, big time, big time.
Slapping the base.
Zap at the base and big time. So their running backs, they have 1.5. They have a really good guy in Darian Dupree, who we've seen play pretty well. I think last season. And Darian Dupree, another movie reference. He's returning from injury. He came back last week, got very limited time, but apparently they are trying to work him back into the team. But the main guy is Gideon Ituka, or is it Ituka? I don't know. It's up to you guys. He'll be the main back. He leads the team in rushing, leads the team in everything, right? Rushing wise. Who cares about the wide receivers?
Oh, hold on.
But
Dylan Jones is their best back, but he went down in the OSU game with a season-ending injury. Turf toe.
Yes. Turf toe. Yes.
No.
And Hunter Simmons does not appear to be listed on the injury report. He just seems to be a effectiveness replacement.
Yes. So he statistically has not been good. I mean, he started in the Michigan game. Now, granted, these are the defenses he's played against: Michigan, Iowa, Ohio State, Oregon, and then a little bit of Washington. It was not good in any of those games. So he's been essentially replaced. So wide receiver wise, if you can't get him the ball, it doesn't really matter. I did write some names down just in case. There's some names: Acker, Brooks, Anthony, and they got a tight end with the last name of Mason. That's good enough. Oh, and I wrote this in here, but I didn't mean to actually respond to it like this. But they do have T.Y. Hilton's son. What is his name?
Eugene.
Eugene, that's right. Okay. Offensive line wise. They're pretty good, right? They're okay. They gave up 6 or 2
we've been
sacks.
stealing all their recruits, so
Yes,
it's not going to be good for too long. There's guys that has to. I should have probably had this prepared, but we have to have like a half dozen. Maybe that's too many. We definitely have 3 or 4 offensive linemen from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Bosted is a mouse. Bosted is a
mouse.
mouse.
He's a Bosted. Yeah, I mean, you had it right there, and you just didn't take it. So last week against Wisconsin, they gave up 6 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, or against Washington, 2 sacks. Here's the fun part. We talked about this when we talked UCLA. Washington ranks 124th in the country in TFLs and 105th in sacks. Now, if that were to translate game to game, IU ranks 2nd in the country in tackles for loss and 10th in sacks. So if you do the math, Seth, that's too much math for you to do. Basically, we would have like 60 tackles for loss and like 18 sacks. So
Obviously.
that's how it works, right? But yeah, that's enough of their offense. Seth, I know you wanted to talk some players that were not
their
on
highest.
here.
Their highest rated offensive lineman is Jake Renfro. He was an All-American. Damn it, I did this again. All-American Conference first teamer at Cincinnati before he transferred over there. He's been down with knee and ankle injuries. Their backup center also has had some injury issues. He may or may not play, but so they are struggling with some health at that position as well.
Okay. Anything else?
No one's healthy this time of the year, though,
No.
to be honest. Like, IU's down. It's what, second best lineman, or Coogan and Lynch? Who would you say put higher in that pecking order?
Or I think Evans, Lynch was higher.
Evans,
Carter's
one.
Carter won.
And then is it Coogan or Evans?
Man, that's tough. You could toss a coin on that one. It doesn't.
Well, my point is, like, we're down arguably one of our best linemen, down number one wide receiver, our star linebackers beat up. Like, you just can't use injuries this late into the season. You will not find a team that doesn't have somebody somewhere beat up. That's just college football in November.
Exactly. And I complained about this bye week being so late in the season.
It's amazing.
But it's actually a perfect bye week before Purdue.
Weissrat shouldn't play in this game, and that scares me a little bit, but he should not.
No, I don't think he needs to play in this game. All right, let's go to their defense. Their defense is a different story. They've been playing a lot better here of late, even though technically the scores don't translate that well. Again, the last two games were in a lot of rain. There was a lot of rain in both games. They've given up 21 and 10 in the last two games against the Pac-12 rejects. So let's just talk about their defense.
Can we talk about rain real quick before you go into your numbers rant?
Sure.
Did you see the forecast for Iowa at USC?
Is it going to rain in Southern California?
Torrential downpour. Like, so much rain, like flood warnings already. How funny is that Iowa gets an Iowa game even when going to Southern California?
Hammer
Thought that was
it.
just incredibly funny. So yeah, it's going to be an under game. But you were bringing up rain, you were bringing up defense. So I just had to bring up that little nugget that I came across today.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate that because I did not have that. So, all right, let's get into some things here. So total defense, they're 41st. Scoring defense, 52nd. Rushing defense, pretty good, 26th. They only give up 111 yards on the ground. Passing defense, 68th. So here's some fun bonus stats for you, and I'll kind of break them down a little bit more as we get through here. They've only had 5 interceptions on the season, which ranks 94th. Their red zone defense, not great, 95th overall. They give up scores on 87% of the chances they inside the red zone. And overall turnovers, they've only forced 6. Now, the fun part of that, and I think I've got it a little bit later in. Yeah, it's right here. The fun part of that 6 is that 2 of them came last week. An interception and a fumble last week. So 1 of their 5 and 2 of their 6 turnovers came last week against Washington. Now, their defense overall ranks 65th on PFF. 24. This is where I got it from right here. So the Wisconsin's 24/7 site is that if you go through and read the preview for the game, it'll make you sick to your stomach to read it, to read how confident they are, to read how they think the defense is going to have to carry the offense and win this game, right? Against let me check stats here, the number 1 overall offense in the country. Okay, moving back down points wise. This is more kind of Seth's alley. The whole front seven's really good. They do have a good defense. I'm not trying to poo-poo all over their defense. It's played
Don't
pretty
worry,
well.
Seth will tell us how good it is.
He will. He'll tell us all about the linebackers. But on the defensive line, Seth, you have defensive line stuff you want to talk about too, right?
No.
Okay.
Just that they pissed me off because they list all their defensive linemen as offensive linebacker or as outside linebackers.
Yes. So here's the thing that will make us rest a little bit easier, right? As far as the front seven goes, we've seen better defensive lines at Oregon and at Iowa. Those are 2 elite interior and exterior defensive lines, right? They've got some good guys out there. Cheeks and Rager are your outside linebacker DNs, which is what Seth said that he hates. And then in the interior, you got Barton and Suggs. So those are your main 4 on the line. And then here's where Seth is just going to ruin everybody's day. They've got 2 studs.
Tell us about the game wreckers, Seth.
Yeah, tell us all about their studs at linebacker, Seth, the true freshman.
I'm so happy
all about him.
I'm so happy we don't have to drive down to Bloomington and have you talk about this the entire time.
Yes.
Let me juke you a little bit here first, in that their defensive stats are actually a little underinflated, because as you talked about in their schedule breakdown, a lot of those second halves, those offenses were literally just trying to run out the clock. There was no aggressiveness. So those numbers could have been much uglier had they applied some Signetti second half strategy from previous games, where, you know, running up the score isn't a problem. But here's where the linebackers, and why the recent trend, Bragg, you talked about this before, and you're like, oh, the recent trends are a little bit of an illusion. I disagree with that, only because in the last 3 games, did they start playing Cooper Catalano, and they've had a direct increased response. He's one of those thick-necked freshman linebackers, one of those guys who's the width of his head is the same as his neck, typical Wisconsin linebacker, and he's really done a really good job. I think he had 19 total tackles in the Washington game. And then the actual much more athletic guy from New Mexico is Mason Posa. He only really started playing against Oregon, and he's had 24 tackles just in those last 2 games, including, 2.5 sacks, including the game winner against Washington. And the thing to notice about those 2 games is those 2 quarterbacks they played against were mobile quarterbacks, not guys who necessarily will try to overwhelm you with Dante Moore and Damon Williams, but are mobile, very athletic guys, but not the most polished of passers. So it'll be really interesting to see how a dynamic athlete and dynamic passer in Mendoza is able to neutralize those guys. But they are on the upswing, and those guys are going to be a problem for the next probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, whether or not they're still at Wisconsin may be different, but
I didn't say where. I just said they'll be impactful.
Yes. I will take Mason Posa. That guy looks like a stud. He's going to be a really good player. Out at the defensive backfield area, there's a guy that you guys have been hearing for about the last 10 years. His name's Ricardo Hallman. Somehow he's still playing college football. He's their best corner on the outside. He played pretty well against Wisconsin. I keep doing this against Washington last week. And then another guy that'll stand out to you probably in the secondary is safety Matthew Jung. Both of those guys kind of late round NFL talents. Pretty decent for their secondary, but outside of that, there's not a whole lot of things there necessarily that will scare you. Now, this is a note that I told you both in the group chat that I was excited to tell everybody, and I left it off of your outlines for a reason so I could surprise you guys as well. If you go back through their schedule, this big time tough defense, right? They have played how many elite quarterbacks would you say? Elite top tier quarterbacks? 2, right? Ty Simpson and Julian Sayin. Are you guys ready for this? In those
they
2
did play
games,
Dante Moore. They did play Dante Moore.
He's not a top tier quarterback to me. In those 2 games, Julian Sayin and Ty Simpson. Don't sit there and make your face. He's not. Look how bad he was against IU. He was terrible.
I'm just being
Ty
provocative.
Simpson and Julian Sayin. So I'll say this again. These are their combined stats against this big, strong, tough Wisconsin defense. You guys ready for this? 60 of 71. 60 of 71 for 775 yards, 8 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, an average of 11.3 yards per completion, and a 93.8 QBR. That's could be what we're seeing. And by the way, they played Dante Moore, Brandon, in what kind of weather? In the rain. So does that translate to Saturday? Why am I doing the 6-7 right now? I'm doing the 6-7.
Dude,
Will
that
that
South Park
translate?
episode was hilarious.
I don't know if I've seen the six. I haven't seen the 6-7 one yet.
Oh my god,
I gotta watch it.
It's the best one of the year. So good.
Yeah. I don't know. Fox News is pretty good though. I don't know. All right, let's not alienate some of our listeners. Let's move on. Anything else on the defense you guys want to talk about, Seth? I know you got
Matt Jung is really good. 6'3",
Yeah.
225, oversized safety. He's in this 4-2-5. A lot of them like to play kind of a 2 safety look. He's the in the box guy. Really, really good, strong player.
Yep.
Might translate to a linebacker at the next level if he's able to make it. I don't know how that's going to work.
You think it's that, or do you think he does that? Who's the guy that used to play for Arizona that was a stud?
Buddha, no.
Brandon knows. I talk about him all the time.
Isaiah Simmons?
Yeah, Isaiah Simmons type. Kind of hybrid. Yeah. It'll be interesting to see him on Saturday. Let's do this real quick. We're 35 minutes in. We've talked a lot of disgusting Wisconsin football. Why don't we take a break, shower off, and then we'll come back and
get the cheese off of you.
Yes, get the cheese. Well, ugh. We'll be right back. This episode is brought to you by your go-to expert in the Indiana real estate market. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a home right here in the heart of the Hoosier country, Garrett Lawton with True Blood Real Estate is the agent that you need. He's not just a real estate agent, he's a Hoosier fan just like you. And Garrett knows Indiana inside and out, from Bloomington to Indianapolis and everywhere in between. Plus, his personalized service makes the buying and selling process smooth and stress-free. So if you're ready to make a move, give Garrett a call at 317-410-8851 or visit his website at lawton-realty.com. And we're back. All right. Whew. Fresh and clean. Ready to go. Let's talk some IU. IU players to watch. And because Seth is not going and we don't get to hear his rants and the hour-long drive down, Seth, why don't you start? Who are you watching on offense?
Yeah, I have a theme going here, and Brandon already talked about it, and I'm going to amplify it more. It's the Elijah Surratt saga, injury saga, whatever you want to call it. I'm exaggerating it. Chill out. But yeah, it's, will he return? If he does, how explosive is he? Is it worth it to rest him? I mean, is this a game where you want to potentially, if he's not back to 100%, do you wait the bye week comes in at a great time? Hindsight, I was wrong about that. Fantastic. Good for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd really like to see how the staff handles his availability, and, or do they just get him out there so he gets, 5-10 plays? What's his usage level?
No, let him sit for 2 more weeks. Bring him back to Purdue to dust off or brush off the dust.
Yeah.
Have him 100% ready for the Big Ten championship.
Nice practice game on a Friday night. That was my number one. That's why I was freaking out on camera silently. I literally wrote Surratt parentheses if back. All right, Brandon. I got one more, but we'll see if Brandon takes him or not.
100%. I mean, you gave, and I thought you were setting yourself up for this. In your outline, you took the time to type out number or letter by letter, number by number, Ty Simpson and Julian Sayin stats.
There goes my second one now. Dang.
Nando pass to Cook, because Heisman voters will look at common opponents. They do this all the time.
Ooh.
Right? So, again, they will point to this and say, all right, what did Julian Sayin do? What did Ty Simpson do? Who is a common opponent? Now, 350 plus and 4 tutties, that's tough. I don't think he gets to that, but I think he has to at least put up 250 and 2. And I think he does. I think he does put up 250 and 2. But yeah, so for me, it's Nando, and just how does he come back from being college football's talk of the town, right? Me, because I've had so much confidence in him for 6 months, 7 months. I think he responds amazingly. I think he comes back and puts on one of his 18 for 20, his 17 for 19 days, where he's just incredibly efficient, no mistakes, and looks incredible. But yeah, I'll be watching Nando because it's very possible you're seeing the best quarterback ever to play at Indiana University.
Yeah, that'd be hard to argue. Yeah, I had him on there too.
A rant. Is that a good rant?
It was a good rant. I had him on there too, and the reason I have him on there is because your boy Bill Connolly ranked him third.
Don't call him my boy.
Yeah, you need to wrangle him in. Ranked him third in the quarterback power rankings, which maybe, right? But here's who he ranked him behind. Julian Sayin at 1, who hasn't played anybody. And then, what's his name? Haynes King. Haynes freaking King at number 2. The reason he put Nando where he is, at least in what he wrote out, is because he has thrown 5 interceptions in the last 6 games or something like that. I'm with you.
How's he responded, Bill? Watch the games, you boner.
That's what I'm saying.
I wanted to call him Boomer, but Boner.
No, Boner was perfect. Boner was perfect. So, yes, I think Nando has a big game. I will transition that into just freestyling one and pick one of Bragley's Boys Club's members, and I'll go with my boy Charlie Becker, building off of a massive game last week and showing up again big time. I think Becker has another big game. Maybe he goes for 2 tutties. Maybe I'll put some money on 2 tutties for Becker. All right. Defense. I only have one, and if you guys steal this, I'm throwing my headphones and I'm leaving. So go ahead, Seth.
Let's shoot for it. I'm going with Aiden Fisher. Again, I told you I was keep sticking on a theme. He was back from action from injury last week, did some nice things, seemed to get some really good run penetration, but often had issues with production from that penetration. Seemed to be more disruptive than dominant. Yes, I know. I'd love to see him get back to that dominant level of performance, get those TFLs, not just be disruptive. And again, like I said before, with the explosiveness, I want to see that in action. Because I think that's going to go a long way into springboarding him into the postseason, because he's obviously got to be a huge, huge part of conference and then playoff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm going to pull a Seth and take an entire position group.
Love it.
Just because these guys have been so dominant at home. I want to see a Tucker celebration. I want to see a Landino celebration. I want to see Daly and Kamara wreak havoc off the edge. So I'm taking the defensive line just because, again, if Wisconsin fans are right, the script is out of how to beat Indiana, and that's ball control and running the ball and conversions. How do you disrupt that? By blowing up the offensive line, by living in the backfield. So I'm going to be watching the push that the defensive line gets on a pretty good Wisconsin offensive line. As Bragg laid out, their offensive line is no slouch. I'm going to be watching who wins in the trenches and what kind of push the interior defense and the rush that the exterior defensive line get.
Yeah, and I think that as we've seen with true freshman quarterbacks or inexperienced-ish quarterbacks this season so far, that once you pressure these guys, it could be a quick downhill travel for them. I think a guy that has been playing out of his mind in the last 5 games is the guy I'm going to go with, and that's Elijah Hardy. In the last 5 games, he has 45 tackles, 5 sacks, and 7 TFLs. I think he continues to build on that, and I'll make another bold prediction. I think we finally get our Hardy interception. I don't know if he'll score a touchdown. I think he's 2 for 2 all time. If I remember right, in interceptions, he scores each time he gets one. So I'll go with that. Elijah Hardy. Again, I will hammer this home again. In the last 5 games, 45 tackles, 5 sacks, 7 TFLs. All right, moving on. Let's do this quickly around the Big Ten. I don't think these games are super hard to pick. Maybe one or two. We'll start with Friday night's game. Minnesota traveling to Oregon. Oregon with a fat spread against a weird Minnesota team. Oregon favorite by 24.5.
Say
What's
it with
Brandon
me, Brandon.
doing on this one? Oh, okay.
Oregon never covers.
Oregon never covers. Oregon never covers. This is a sweep. This in Minnesota again. Row your boat clown loves moral victories. He wants to cover. This game, Minnesota will lose by 17. Oregon will be happy. Minnesota will be happy. And all of us super geniuses that cover Minnesota to cover will be happy. It's Minnesota.
Yes, I have Minnesota covering as well. All right. At Wrigley Field, number 21, Michigan, again against another confusing team, Northwestern. Michigan only favorite by 11.5. What are we doing on this one? I've got Michigan covering 11.5. I think Northwestern's tanking now.
Slop. I think one, I don't think I'm off Michigan. I know people they could upset Ohio State. They're a team that could sneak in. No. This game is going to, again, the over-under is at 41.5, which is the lowest of the weekend for a reason. This game is going to suck. This has got 24-14 written all over it. It's a don't touch for me. I'm not going to touch it, but if gun to head, give me Northwestern to cover.
Okay. I was going to tease Michigan down to 9.5 maybe, but
this is an under game for me.
Okay.
Totally an under game. Totally an under game.
So is the next one. Number 20, Iowa travels to number 19.
Wow, you can get it for sure.
Yes, USC. USC at the time of outline creation, favorite by 6.5. I'll have to check this line if nobody else is doing it. Line currently is at 49.5. I will check and confirm that. I've got the under on that one. And I would probably take Iowa to cover the 6.5 too, but that's a tough hook. 6.5 is a tough hook with Iowa because you never know how many points they're going to actually score. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I think Iowa potentially wins this outright. Again, USC does not play Big Ten football. They play, we have fun playing sideline to sideline and playing 7-on-7 football. I have Iowa money line.
Okay, that's plus 210, by the way. Iowa is now USC now favorite by 7, and the over/under down to 48.5. So you should still probably go grab that while you can.
Money line. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, what are you doing? Money line USC?
Money line Iowa makes a lot of sense, and I would even tease it a couple points if there is rain. I think Brandon's spot on. Style of play does not favor rain.
So far through the first 3 games, we've taken all of the away teams. I think we're going to continue that trend with the next one. Penn State travels to the tough Michigan State Cement Dome, or whatever we call it. Penn State favorites by 6.5, the over-under 49.5. I think this one's pretty easy to pick. I like Penn State building off of last week against IU to cover 6.5, and I think they cover it pretty easily.
No, I think that was Penn State's last gasp. I think so many times you see teams coming off an emotional roller coaster and just lay an egg. It sucks that they have to go on the road after that. So give me, and again, this is like a $1 play, but I like combining Iowa and Michigan State here, as both money line plays. Again, we're talking $1, $3, $5 bet, but I bet you can get close to 1,000 if you lay money line both of these. So you get close to 10-1.
You just blew my mind.
Are you on board? Are you on board? Iowa and Michigan State?
No,
I had Penn State covering and the under. I was going to say I thought this was a safe play to play with a little bit if you wanted to do a little two-time parlay.
Brandon, just so you know, it's plus 892 for those two right now.
Ooh.
And the line has gone to -7 Penn State and up to 50.5 on the over under. So money coming in on Penn State a little bit and on the over, but I wouldn't touch the over under, Seth. I don't know. I think Penn State might have figured something out last week. I think that
I'm telling
whatever
you,
his
you
name
lay an
is,
egg after a loss like that. You lay an egg. It just
I think
always
Michigan
if Allen
State,
and
though.
Singleton don't have 20 carries each, they're doing something wrong.
Yeah, and what'd we run for 380 against Michigan State or something? So I mean, they can run for whatever. Maryland, this one is Maryland at Illinois. I, for some reason, continue to believe in Illinois. I like Illinois -14.5 at home and the over of 53.5. Actually, sorry, the line now up to 15.5. 15.5. Over under stays where it's at. Still give me 15.5 and over 53.5.
Yeah, this might be it. This is the tease up. If there's a tease up, you might even grab this. I liked 16.5 better when it was 14.5, just for the little bit of extra juice. But yeah, Illinois doesn't lose these games, especially at home. Illinois, one of the easier picks.
They seem to have figured something out and got their confidence back the last couple of weeks. I think they're primed to win that one in a coast.
Yep.
Next game, something must have happened because the spread stays the same, but the over-under went down. The over-under went down 2 points. So Purdue travels out
Microsoft
to Seattle.
Also went down 2 points.
2 points, that's right. Dented cans are half off. So, and so many movie
Hooters.
Purdue travels to Seattle to play Washington. Washington favored by 16.5. With an over under of 51.5. I've got a tease down to 12.5 for Washington. I think I'll take it up to 13.5 now, but it's a tough game to pick.
It's a really tough game to pick. If anything, it's another don't touch for me. But if anything, I'm probably taking Purdue. Washington just got absolutely humiliated. And again, it's tough to bounce back from that. And they also have a huge game coming up, right? Like, I don't necessarily believe in trap games, but they got UCLA and Oregon coming up. They could just sleepwalk past Purdue and win by 10, win by 13. I think Washington wins this game, but if you give me Purdue 17 points, I think I'd probably take that.
Barry Odom is trying to PJ Fleck moral victories his way to hope for next year.
That's a cover. That means cover, Seth.
That's why I think they are playing with what's like, again, I don't know how you can lose week after week and still have confidence. But
Purdue has covered 3 games.
I've lost a lot of money betting against them lately. So I would bet it. I would bet on Purdue and lose money again, most likely. But
they covered against Rutgers. They covered against Michigan. They covered against Ohio State. They've lost, but I
lost. All 3 of those.
All right, and here comes Bragley's stupid bet of the week.
Yep.
UCLA travels to Ohio State for a night game. Ohio State is favorite by 31.5. The over-under is 47.5. Wait till you hear what my dum-dum's going to do. I'm going to take UCLA to cover and the over. I think that it's one of those weird games that Ohio State kind of runs into every now and then where maybe UCLA comes out fast and keeps pace with them, and then Ohio State pulls away late, but not to the tune of 32 points.
What did UCLA do when they went out east to play Indiana? What was that score?
Nothing. It was bad, but that's a different.
I think the exact same thing is going to happen when UCLA travels east to go to the Horseshoe. This is my monster tease. 40.5. You may even want to take it more than that. I think Ohio State, again, is playing for Saban's Heisman, is playing for Jeremiah Smith-Splintikov. I think Ohio State is sick and tired of hearing about Indiana, and they're going to flex some muscle against a terrible UCLA team. I think this is devastation station for the Bruins.
Here we go. I got more ammunition for this. So I looked up December 21st, 2024, Tennessee, Ohio State. Nico Imaleeva.
It was bad.
14 for 31, 104 yards, 20 for 47, 2 tutties on the ground. 42-17 was the final score there. Ohio State knows how to beat Nico.
People don't forget.
Yeah, don't forget. Here's my reasoning for the fat line at 31.5. I thought they're going to win, and they're going to win comfortably, right? But they win by 24 against Purdue. They win by 24 against Penn State, 34 at a bad Wisconsin team. They win by 18 at Illinois. They win by 39 at home against Minnesota. That was a weird game. But then they barely beat, Washington, right, by 18. But I don't know. I just don't think that they've been that team this season. They can't really establish their run game if there is a weakness on the offense. I don't know. Something feels weird about that game where I think it'll be a little bit too close at the beginning, and that might just be too much to overcome the 31.5 points. But
Greg, I love this because you and I have been thinking the same all year. We picked one game, same. Every other one was different. No. We picked Oregon, Minnesota. So 2.
Yeah.
2. One of us is going to win a lot of money. That's a good thing.
Yeah. We'll see. It's usually not me, but we'll see. Randos. Yeah, Randos.
Yep. We'll go kind of quick because I do have a lot. So these are just real quick. Which job would you take? Wisconsin, Michigan State, Maryland, UCLA?
UCLA.
Yeah, just because of where it's at.
Weather.
Probably,
yep. Weather specific.
That's crazy. I'm taking Maryland.
Maryland. I was going to say Maryland. Yeah.
Maryland's the best job.
But you're there 3 to 5 years at most.
What's the worst job?
Out of those?
Yeah.
Michigan State.
Michigan State, yeah.
You're competing with Michigan, Notre Dame,
Ohio State,
Indiana, Ohio State. And again, you're a basketball school. You have so much headwind. That Michigan State job sucks, and I think they could be basement team for a long time.
Especially if they lose their quarterback and their wide receiver. That'll be
yes or no on this. Is Fickle is staying? He just got an extension. Is that a surprise?
No.
Once they guaranteed that his job was safe this year, nothing surprised me.
Yeah, so it goes back to what I've said the last couple of coaches we've talked about. Who are you going to get? Who are you going to go get that's better? Just wait it out.
Right now, with how many openings, there's no one.
No.
Barrel is dry. All right. Put yourself in Wisconsin fan shoes. You have a choice. You can be good at football or good at basketball. You cannot be good at both. What are you choosing?
Football.
Yeah, because
I think a Wisconsin basketball fan or a Wisconsin fan chooses basketball.
But
really?
They're good at hockey, so at least they have something already to do in the winter.
True.
You're choosing football too?
Yeah, they haven't. I mean, traditionally, they're not other from maybe mid '90s through since
Barry Alvarez,
the change through Bielema, they were a traditional middle of the road, top 25, pretty solid team. But I think overall their tradition is not great in football if you go back way back.
Not.
But, I don't know. I thought football, but I think you've got a good point with basketball.
Yep. Want to talk very little about this, but because IU football has just consumed my life, college basketball started, and I don't want to talk about IU basketball, but I feel like I know nothing. I know nothing about who's good, who's bad, Who are the stud freshmen? Who came back? Like, I know nothing about college basketball. Seth, you can't answer it. Brad, do you feel like you know anything about outside of Indiana basketball this year?
So I know about two things. I know that I really like our team. And then I know we're not supposed to talk about that. But then I also know that Purdue fans, deep down inside, and Seth lets his deep down feelings come out quite a bit, are a little worried, are a little freaking out. Now they do chalk it up to give them some time to gel and get the players together. We need TKR back, but 10-point win against Oakland, I don't know about that. That's the only two things I really know about. And Houston's good again.
Kentucky basketball might stink, which is great.
Oh no,
it might stink. Okay, that's all I got.
Cool.
All right,
Seth, your sack.
Yeah, I got two things. You already teased us with the Luke Fickell stuff. And I always felt like Wisconsin, I may have talked about this before, but Wisconsin was kind of his Goldilocks job, where he was too good probably for Cincinnati. Maybe in retrospect, I don't know if that's 100% true. But he wasn't good enough for Ohio State, which was his dream job. And ultimately, he's in a situation now where he didn't get fired this year because there's too many openings and the buyout's too big and they couldn't fundraise enough money to afford it. So on one hand, they're offering him this token contract extension because he's losing all of these recruits, and you have to have some kind of job security in order to get people to commit. But at the same time, they're also still trying to kind of quietly fundraise to potentially fund his buyout for next year. So you're getting pulled in all of these different directions. So he's probably not going to be there long term, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Assuming they eventually move on from him, where is his next successful position?
Group of 5 somewhere. Memphis is open.
Back to Cincy.
Tulane will be open.
Not this season. He's not leaving. I don't care how much money they raised.
I think he goes to a very. I think
27.
I think when one of those high-end Group of 5 jobs, that coach moves up to Power 4, he goes and swoops in one of those super high-profile James Madison, something like that.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati's going to open back up again. I honestly do. I think that if they continue to play the way they've been playing, that coach will get a job. And I think that's an easy landing spot. He did great there. He's still liked there, I'm assuming. And I think he just goes back. He can wear his stupid team, his team vest.
I tried so
Apparently
hard
he didn't wear it last week. He didn't wear it last week. And the Wisconsin fans are hoping that he does not wear it this week.
All right. So as we talk about all the time, I love playing college football. I love, watching college football, playing college football with video games. And one of the favorite things about playing in different stadiums and seeing different stadiums is a tradition. Jump around, I think is so, within the last couple of years, I'm just kind of over it. Am I 40 and grumpy now, or is it kind of overrated? And some of the other ones are kind of cooler nowadays.
I think it's gross when they're not good. Do you know what I mean? Because they stay there, right? So we have, they stay there based on the one Wisconsin friend that we have. They stay and then they do their jump around and then they leave, which I don't believe in that either. I think it's like a half empty jump around too. But
didn't we also joke that it's like the definition of like that TikTok girl doing the dance while crying?
Oh yeah, while crying. Yeah,
that's the jump around thing now. It's like we're doing jump around even though we're crying because our team is awful. I don't know. That's how I felt, at least.
I agree.
I'm old.
Any opinion, Brandon, or no?
No, none. I was responding to an email. I'll admit, I didn't listen to the last sack.
Predictions. Let's go.
Okay. Are you sick of jump around? Yes.
Oh,
or no?
yeah. It's lame as fuck.
Oh. I got to put an explicit tag on this one. Prediction, Seth.
Yeah, I had
underwhelm everybody.
I had a single digit number multiple of 3 that was odd. And then I did a flip between 3 or 9. It ended up with 9. I don't think Wisconsin's going to score 9 points, but that's what I wrote down. I have IU 34, Wisconsin 9. Sig has never been one to be conservative or rein it in with a productive offense. I think the linebackers do just enough to, I don't know, keep it somewhat close, whatever that means. But yeah, I don't like Fickle, but he's got this team playing just well enough to be improving. I don't know, respectability. That's what I think their moral victory is.
All right.
Yeah.
Brandon?
Can we go back and look at what the last couple home games have been? Can I rattle off those scores?
Yeah,
Please
go ahead.
56-6,
mm-hmm.
38-13,
Mm-hmm.
63-10.
Yeah.
Bragg said it. This is senior day. This is salute to service. There is the most recruits that have ever been to Indiana ever. There are multiple 5-star, 4-star. There are there are secret recruits that Weaver can't even tell about. Sig is going to pour this on. Absolutely pour this on. I think we see a shutout.
Oh, I love
shutout.
that. Love it.
38 to rip. 38 to rip. I had 38-3, but Sig will say, I don't want them scoring. Not for the seniors, not for the veterans. I don't want them to put up points. And the boys pull through.
I am on the same boat, but a different boat, a bigger boat. If that
We're
makes
going to
sense.
need a bigger boat.
Are you ready? The Badgers average against Power 4 teams on the season, not really good teams, Power 4 teams, 7.7 points. 7.7 points, yes. 27.3 against. 2 of those games, the most recent ones against Oregon and Washington, were played in
rain.
Yeah, which doesn't help the points. I think with Brandon, this is going to get ugly. Nando doesn't see the fourth quarter. Wisconsin scores 3 points. Indiana scores 55.
Oh,
that's 55 for people that don't know the video. 55 to 3.
I think it's 24-0, and Nando plays the first drive
of the third quarter or the fourth quarter.
Third quarter.
Okay. I don't think he makes it out of the third quarter. But I think he plays until it is 42 to whatever they have. And then it is night time.
So Solomon Van Horst is going to get a touchdown in this game or Purdue.
Yay, legacy touchdown.
I'm going to put it on this game. They're going to do it at home.
So he's going to score when we're only up 27-9.
Something. Well, I told you I didn't believe in my prediction already. Okay. Leave me alone.
All right. Okay. Well, that's it. Brandon and I will be there. Little Bragg will be there. Our friend Garrett, going to his first game with us, will be there as well.
It's like business. Come see Garrett. You hear the promo like every week.
Yeah, Garrett. Yeah, he is on the promo, isn't he?
If you want to meet the guy that pays us, come hang out.
That's
Does
true.
He pay us?
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
I think he bought me a beer.
But
it might have been because it's my birthday.
We're the Millers. You guys are getting paid?
Yes, you guys are getting paid. Exactly. Be sure to check out the pod, Twitter, Instagram at Happy Hour IUFB. Be sure to download, rate, review, and follow on all of our platforms. Come see us a lot to south side of Assembly Hall. I think Seth will try to tweet out where we're at if Brandon can send him a picture, or one of us can. And then, come by. We'll have fireball shots, beers, whatever. Play some one-on-one beer pong, whatever you guys want to do, and just hang out if you want. If
Somebody
not,
beat me, please. These clowns can't.
Wait a minute. All right, I'll take you down. I got you on Saturday. I got you.
We'll see. All right. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers. Peace.
Cheers.
Bye. Say something, Seth. Say something stupid.
I hope this isn't the last game you guys attend in person.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.